especially even in the dead of winter. Their numbers, they always are found here in California, but primarily along the coast. In the valley here, historically, not too much, but mostly on the coast. But really, really have increased in numbers in the valley here in the last 50 years because of just the warmth, especially of urban areas. So as our cities have grown, especially here in the valley, it just has created a little bit of a higher degree of warmth. That's the yellow-rumped warbler bite. For me, it's the first time I've heard one in full song like that. So yellow-rumped warbler is the one that we saw earlier in the day, flitting around. That's a male going into full song. And they just do that around now, and then in another 2 weeks they'll be gone. But Anna's hummingbirds, they now are found here, and then now the biggest thing that's kind of just crazy about Anna's hummingbirds is they will nest every month of the year. Every month of the year. But their primary nesting time starts in December, right around Christmas time, which is kind of crazy. But when they do nest, it's almost always in a real urban setting. Like here.
Very good.
Okay, like here. Because it just never really freezes over. And where they're really most commonly found nesting, at least here in the valley, is right around homes. So especially in gardens. Probably nesting in your yard and you don't even know. Because it's just the warmth. And you're planting trees and plants that are flowering all year round. And one of the biggest sources of food actually now for a lot of these hummingbirds is eucalyptus trees. And we have a lot of exotic eucalyptus trees all over the place. They're kind of like a pest a little bit, but you'll notice that they bloom in the winter. Native to Australia, they never really gotten the clock right. They still do a southern hemisphere thing of where they bloom in the winter, and they've been able to survive the winter. So anyway, he left, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back. They are notorious, Anna's hummingbirds, for coming back to the same area, same perch, time and time again. But anyway, a very common nester. Hummingbirds are a favorite for people just because of they come to hummingbird feeders. They're very, very bold. A lot of you know that the male has nothing to do with nesting. I think most of you maybe know that. Everyone kind of follows hummingbird biology these days. You can get it on the Nature Channel. But the original male chauvinist. Only male hummingbirds. All 350 species. Usually there'll be one or two that will be exceptional. Hang around, help with the nesting? No. Nothing to do with nesting at all. All they do is they will breed with the female, but even that, there is no real bond. So they really are the, guy's bird. I mean, just nothing except for, back. His back. And again, but that's just a successful strategy for hummingbirds. The female is the mom of moms, and so she does everything. Once they're done breeding, she does everything. Builds a nest, sits on the eggs, raises the babies and everything like that. Only 2 eggs usually at a time, and again, they're the best mom ever. But and she becomes all this territory. In fact, she, if the male comes around, she'll scare him off. So she wants nothing to do with him anyway, right? So we don't really know what comes first. Did he, did the guy just not have anything to do with her, or did she says, I don't want anything to do with you? We really don't know.
So the bird that flies from Alaska and is migrating, do they go all the way to the equator?
No, they go down, but they do go down to Mexico. So we're talking about it's almost a 2,500 mile flight.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. Nothing short of incredible. There's a flock of trees, swallows, and I'm going to see if there is anything in that nest there. Again, the song there was red-winged blackbird.
The big bird up across the way there in the tree.
Oh, good. That I was looking for that bird.
Yeah,
and that might be a nest. I'm suspicious that it is. I just can't see anything in it. But that bird there.
See a red-tailed hawk on the tree to the left?
yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
That's Swainson's hawk. So,
Swainson's hawk.
I suspect that is a nest. of this bird.
Yeah.
Could already be done, and that's a Swainson's hawk. It's in the